In the U.S., polygamy is a controversial topic in itself. Marrying more than one person is a federal crime and leads to the prosecution of those involved in it, though that doesn't stop thousands of people from adopting such a lifestyle throughout the country. Unlike the toned-down public life that many polygamous groups lead, some of them have defied the public perceptions about their lifestyle by being featured in TLC reality shows such as My 5 Wives, Seeking Sister Wife, and more famously, Sister Wives. The shock value of these shows has surely resulted in juicy profits for TLC, but eventually the legal implications of featuring groups whose lifestyles isn't legal were too much of a risk for the network, even when such issues were unrelated to the show star's polygamous status. With most of the aforementioned shows now off the air, it's fair to wonder whether they were worth all the trouble that TLC went through and what exactly the legal problems they faced were. Do you also wonder about this? Then keep with us to learn more. The Utah-based Sister Wives is by far the most successful polygamy-centered show aired on TLC. The series centered on Cody Brown and his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, who are what they describe as a plural family, in which each of the wives has a romantic relationship with Cody, while also supporting each other and all their kids in their everyday lives. Many loved the show, and others openly hated it, though we're still fascinated enough to continue viewing. But one thing for sure is that the premiere of Sister Wives in 2010 achieved its goal of attracting lots of media attention. On the other hand, authorities weren't too pleased about seeing a man on TV talking about having 3 wives and revealing his intentions of marrying a 4th. While Utah's authorities indeed opened an investigation into whether Cody was legally married to the 4 women he calls his wives, that didn't mean that he was going to be prosecuted for it. According to the specialized site FindLaw.com, most of the polygamy cases went under the radar of police, unless involving other crimes, such as child marriage or sexual abuse, which weren't the Browns' case. However, it's also known that despite being legally married only to Mary, while holding symbolic marriages with the rest of his wives, the fact that Cody inhabited the same house with them all constituted a case of polygamy. Despite avoiding prosecution, since not committing any crimes besides polygamy, the Browns wanted something more than just settling for it. That's why, in 2011, they challenged Utah's anti-polygamy laws by filing a complaint in the state's district court. Attorney and scholar Jonathan Turley from George Washington University prepared the case which the Browns filed against the county attorney, Jeffrey R. Booman, defying the laws that criminalize polygamy in the state. In the statement released by Cody at the time, he defended his and his wife's rights to live private lives according to our beliefs. He described his family as plural while criticizing the stereotypes and unfair treatment that similar family circles were exposed to, in his opinion. The document filed by Turley also stated that the Browns weren't asking for the legalization of polygamy, but to stop the scrutinization and prosecution of people with such a lifestyle. 2 years later, a Utah judge declared that the criminalization of multiple cohabitation by the state wasn't constitutional. However, in 2016, a court dismissed the Browns' case as they found no standing ground for it. While the 2016 ruling put an end to the family's years-long legal battle, the Browns went on to walk separate ways through divorce for Mary and separation in the case of Janelle and Christine. All of these incidents were surely a wild ride for TLC in many ways, but it doesn't seem that Sister Wives' ratings were affected as a result. TLC's Seeking Sister Wife premiered in January 2018 and is arguably TLC's second most famous and viewed polygamy show after Sister Wives. It followed several polygamous families as they searched for another wife to be added to their family, bringing some light to the diversity of people with the lifestyle in the U.S. That said, Seeking Sister Wife was at the center of controversy not for its concept of the show's content, but for a legal case in which some of its stars were involved. It all started when Crystalline Peterson, a South African woman who joined the family of Dimitri and Ashley Snowden, accused the man of domestic violence in 2021. According to reports, Crystalline accused Dimitri of violent sexual practices such as choking without consent and hitting her head against a bed headboard. However, a judge dismissed the case, finding it difficult to determine which side was telling the truth. Around that time, a former wife of Dimitri named Ariadne Joseph came forward to also accuse him of violent behavior. Seeking Sister Wife is still on the air, but Dimitri and Ashley were put out of the show in the 3rd season. My Five Wives premiered in 2013 and followed the lives of Brady Williams and his legal wife Pauline Caroline, plus his 4 other wives named Robin, Rosemary, Ramona, Noni, and Rhonda. Unlike other polygamous families such as the Mormon fundamentalist Browns, the Williams aren't associated with a specific religion. Although they once belonged to the Apostolic United Brethren, the family adopted a diverse religious system as time went on, according to an interview Brady gave to the Utah Poughkeepsie Journal in 2013. Shortly before the show was canceled in late 2014, Brady filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy after finding himself drowning in debt of $400,000. As TMZ reported back then, most of his assets consisted of cars and real estate, apparently worth barely more than $10,000. While the show failed to gain similar success as Sister Wives had, it's worth noting that by the time My Five Wives premiered, the Browns had already dealt with a lot of the backlash and legal consequences of exposing their polygamous lifestyle to the rest of the world. Of all the polygamy-centered TV shows premiered by TLC, only Sister Wives face legal issues related to its stars' lifestyles. While financially profitable, most of the controversies in which these 2 shows' stars were involved in were risks which the network had to assume, so it's unsurprising that shows such as My Five Wives didn't air for very long, fascinating and thought-provoking though they could be. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.